I've got a bit of a theory. Never mind reconnecting with nature. I just think a couple of minutes of listening to Rob Shelley and you are zen and very calm and collected. Anyway, now then, if you woke up early this morning, this was the view on Arwyddfa, Snowdon, taken by the guys who run the Snowdon Mountain Railway, which incidentally isn't open just yet, so don't go expecting journeys up there unless you're on foot, but it's quite incredible.
This is the reason why I never fancy...
Absolutely glorious. And there is more glorious weather to come tomorrow, but make the most of it if you can, because as we know with our weather, it never lasts, does it, for too long? And boy, is it not going to last as we head into the coming weekend. So if you're making plans for this weekend, there'll be cloud on Saturday. So if you are mountaineering or anything like that, there will be a bit of low-lying cloud, so it won't be quite as clear as it has been today. And then on Sunday comes the rain. A lot of us have been waiting for it. The tulips, I'm sure, will be very glad to see a drop of rain. Won't be an awful lot of it, but a bit of a shock to the system nevertheless, because it has been so dry for so long, hasn't it? So on the bigger picture then, you can see that the high pressure that we've enjoyed sinks southwards, and that opens the door then for these frontal systems to come in from the northwest, arriving, as I said, in the form of cloud on Saturday for us and then rain on Sunday, which lasts really until we get into next week. So the signs are that typically for the holidays next week, it is going to be unsettled, so there will be rain and there'll be fresher feeling temperatures too. Maybe a glimmer of hope for the Easter weekend, but there's a lot to play for before we get there. Here are the details in the meantime. I'm sure someone in the background in the studio here just went, boo. Yeah. Look, we need rain. It's a good thing.
Yeah, but not for Easter holidays.
I know, I'm sorry. Well, it's still rather beautiful out there at the moment. Barely a cloud in the sky as we head into the overnight stretch, and the winds will drop back too. But that does allow a little bit of mist and murk to gather around coastal areas and possibly through the valleys. Temperatures holding at around 4 or 5 degrees generally, but in more sheltered spots, once again, we could dip to the freezing mark. And I wouldn't rule out the possibility, maybe, of a little bit of frost, but nothing too troublesome. And all of this will melt away as we wake to Friday morning. A bright and beautiful, if somewhat chilly start to the day, but the sunshine, as that gains strength during the course of the morning, will shine, and there'll certainly be plenty of it. And like today, a few whispers of cloud, but nothing you're going to notice. And actually, as a result, the temperatures up on today's values, highs quite widely of around 20 in Celsius. And as we've been saying, that is several degrees above the average for the time of year. And not surprisingly, it does mean a relatively short burn time if you are out and about, moderate levels of UV. So temperatures will drop as we head through Friday night under clear skies, setting us up for a chilly but bright start to the coming weekend. But here, as I've been saying, is where the change starts to happen, and you'll notice cloud starting to seep its way in from the far south. Saturday should be a dry day though, so if you are making plans, of course, for the first day of the school Easter holidays, it should be a decent story. But we do lose the bright sunshine and the blue skies. It will remain generally warm on Saturday, 16s and 17s, but the change then starts as we head into the second part of the weekend. Temperatures, as you can see, dropping dramatically, and there will be rain, which could be heavy at times as we head into next week.